Alright, I was trying to use my other camera to record. It's not liking me, so we're back to the phone. This is the SFT transmission and SFT engine tunes on the truck. I changed it up a little bit. I don't know if it recorded any of what I just did, but I just topped off, waited 30 seconds, and then topped off again until it clicked. So we are doing the same 64-mile loop. Traffic's a little bit bad right now, but once we get past the city, we should be fine here. But traffic's been kind of bad on all of them, so it shouldn't make too big of a difference here. This first little part might drop us a little bit. But I'm curious to see what this does with the transmission tune and the engine tune. But we'll go see what it does, and I'll take you along and you can see the results as well. I've been using the same pump at this gas station off this grocery store. So it's the same pump for the stock run, and it'll be the same pump for SFT and GDE as well. So nothing should change there. Alright, I'm going to stop and put my seatbelt on. Alright, so with all of these, I'm keeping cruise control set at 5 miles an hour above the speed limit, just to keep it fair and to not piss off anybody behind me. So I'm trying to limit my involvement as much as possible, so it's as fair as a comparison as it can be. But so cruise control will be used throughout it, the entire test through the 64 miles, and yeah, so we'll try and keep it as fair as possible. Averaging 20.7 right now. Switch that. So 20.7, 20.8. It should be going up pretty quick. Yeah. So topped off already 64. So this is a 64-mile loop. Again, this is the SFT transmission and engine tune right now. So we'll see what it does on this 64-mile loop using cruise control, and yeah, I will let you know. I will give you some updates on the way. Alright, so there's a lot of negativity surrounding the SFT, the Sofa King tuned company, especially on the Ram 1500 EcoDiesel forums. Kind of got off to a bad start there. I posted my video of the 30 MPG lifted truck, and ended up getting a lot of angry people about that. I didn't realize there's negativity. I was just really happy with what I was getting. I was really happy with the transmission tune. I had the GDE engine tune at the time, which people forgot, and so I just did the comparison, and I didn't even do a comparison. It was just a 300-mile trip. I averaged 30.6 miles per gallon on that trip. I made a couple mistakes that made it hard to prove that's what I got, because I didn't go top off right away and calculate the miles and do it that way. And that a couple people pointed that out. They didn't believe my results. After I was done with that tank, it said right around 28 miles per gallon for that tank. And I was only at quarter tank after 300 miles, so I still had 3/4 tank left to go. I went pretty close, I think 800 or so miles on that tank. It was pretty awesome. But 28 miles a gallon, I did a hand calculation, it was right about 27.6. It was pretty darn close. So that means I got probably at least 30 miles per gallon on that trip. So that was what started all this. But I was honestly curious how SFT compared to GDE. And so sorry, speed limit just changed. 5 above, speed limit is 50 right now. I'm going 55. So I wanted to compare GDE and SFT, and then I wanted to compare it to stock. My truck got 24.4 miles per gallon stock on this loop, which is pretty darn good for a truck with a 6-inch lift and 37-inch tires. 24 miles a gallon is nothing to complain about. But I want to see what it does with the transmission tune and with the engine tuned, both from SFT and from GDE. So that's what we're doing. Right now, we're on the SFT tune. I'm averaging 24 miles per gallon exactly. It is going up because we were in traffic, had a couple lights at the beginning there, but same thing with all of them. Anyway, I know a couple people don't really care about the videos. That's why I'm doing the data as well. But you can watch my videos if you want to see the whole process and hear me mumble about it, or ramble off, I guess. So yeah, we'll see how this does. So far, it's doing really good on the SFT. We're at 24.2 miles per gallon, which is I'm pretty sure better than the stock was here. Of course, that was the stock transmission and the stock engine after the AIMS reflash, the emissions reflash. And now with the transmission tuned and the engines tuned, got a corner here, I can't take it quite that fast. And the engine's tuned, I'm curious to see what it does. So stay tuned, we'll see how SFT does. It compares to the stock tune. And I'll get you those results here in a few minutes. A couple more updates as we go through here, letting you know where we're at. So we've gone 10 miles, 11 miles, we're at 24.2 miles per gallon. That should go up quite a bit because, well, we're not even halfway point yet. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Thanks for watching. I will give you a few more updates and then we'll get to the numbers after we get back to the gas station. Okay, so we are 1/4 of the way done with the total thing, halfway done with the first trip. So I go 32 miles one way and turn around and come back 32 miles on this highway out here. It's got up and downs. We climb probably 200-300 feet, maybe a little more. So it's not just flat. It has some up and downs. It has a little bit of street traffic, city traffic at the beginning and end. And then every now and then we run into a few little things we got to slow down for. So it's definitely real world driving, seeing it's a highway. So we're staying right at 60. It'll go to, it's at 55 right now. After this turn down here, it'll go to 65. And so we'll jump up to 70. Big difference, I can already tell, especially with the transmission tune. We're getting 25.1 miles per gallon right now, 17 miles into the trip, and gotta take off cruise control. I got a really sharp turn right here, I gotta slow down for. 25.3, well, that's what the computer's saying. Again, the computer's pretty close, and it should continue to go up. So I'm expecting at least a 2 to 3 mile per gallon increase over the stock on this run with SFT and the transmission and the engine tuned. We'll see how it is. Like I said, we're just over 1/4 of the way done. Got a few more ways to go. I'll update you once we get down to the 30 miles, 32 mile mark and turn around. I'll give you another update then. We're just getting to the 65 mile an hour road here, so I'll set it at 70 once we get up here. All right, so we're at halfway point. It's not doing quite as good as I had hoped it would, or I thought it would. We're at 24 miles per gallon even. The 70 mile an hour section was not good to it. It got between 19 and 20 miles per gallon average on the 70 mile an hour section. So we just flipped around. I know the last few miles heading down to the gas station is slightly downhill, so we will see how that goes. This truck does really good in the 40 to 60 mile an hour range, really good. And then it does better on the highway with the concrete roads than here with the new asphalt roads. But yeah, let's see what we're doing. We're in a 40 mile an hour zone, so we'll go up to 45. And then it goes to 55 and then back up to 65, and so that's 50 and then 70 again. So, all right, halfway point, it's at 23.9 miles per gallon after going to that stop sign. Should go back to 24 in just a second because we are going downhill. Yep, there's 24. All right. Okay, well, I will let you know when we're about halfway back, give you an update, and then when we get back to the gas station, we'll do the numbers. All right, so we are at 51.1 miles. on the trip. 24.6 miles per gallon on the lidometer there, and heading back. I really enjoy this drive. I'm really tired today, but the drive is nice, relaxing. One thing that's pretty awesome about the transmission tune is it'll shift to 8th gear faster, and it won't shift out as easily as it did. Right now we're in 7th gear because we're going up an incline here. It won't let the engine bog down, but it will shift quicker and more responsive, which also saves you some fuel economy. Dropping a few hundred RPMs will definitely save you a little bit of fuel economy while you're driving. So we're about to go downhill, so it'll shift back down to 8th. And at 60 miles an hour, the stock tune rarely shifted to 8. It would just, even if we were going downhill, it'd still just hold on to, it would just sit and hold on to the gear. With the transmission tune, it will shift to 8th. Instead of riding in 7 even when it doesn't need to. Anyway, yep, 24.7 miles per gallon average now over the last 52 miles. And my average speed has been 53 miles an hour. So, all right. We'll check back with you when we get to the gas station. All right, we are just getting back to the gas station right now. The computer lidometer is showing 26.2 miles per gallon. That's almost 2 miles per gallon above stock, if it is accurate. We will see. I will go fill up and show you what I get. All right, let's see what it gives. Again, same store from the first one. First click, we will wait 30 seconds. I'm going to use the video to count for me. We're at 2 gallons. Let's see how it does. Almost there. All right. Okay. All right, it's looking good. Okay, let's do the numbers. All right, there you have it. So the computer was actually off. It was 26.6. Pretty awesome. So 2 miles per gallon better, a little higher than 2 miles per gallon better than stock. That's SFT engine and transmission tune. Next up is the GDE tune. We'll see how that goes.